for a new season of Focus on Suppliers. This year, we're going to start out by taking a special look at Northwest Arkansas and 3 pillars that make this community so wonderful. We're talking about innovation, technology, and a spirit of giving that could translate to your company or your home. We start out with some special guests that include Matt Crampton, co-founder of Gigwalk, and Jeff Amerine of Startup Junkie, as well as Kabir Kumar of the Walmart Foundation. Focus on Suppliers starts now.
Focus on Suppliers is presented by 8th and Walton, the premier destination for supplier development, and sponsored in part by Dun & Bradstreet, Saatchi and Saatchi X, and other outstanding companies.
Your millennial fun fact is that Kantar estimates 85% of millennials will move within their first 5 years of getting their first job out of college. The great news about this for Northwest Arkansas is as a community that is focused on a spirit of giving, innovation, and technology, it gives us a great opportunity to recruit some of the talent that we hope to develop and keep within Northwest Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas was also ranked in the top 20 of technology startups around and across the entire country. What a great opportunity for us to attract the type of talent that is going to work with the world's largest suppliers and the world's largest retailer. We'll see you next time for your Millennial Minute.
Joining me now, 2 very special guests. Please help me welcome Cyndi Bilyeu from the Sunshine School and Development Center and also board member Greg Parker.
Thank you.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
We have about 3 minutes to tell people about an organization that's fantastic. So I'm going to start with you. Explain what you do for our area.
Sure. Sunshine School and Development Center has been in existence since 1958, one of the longest and oldest nonprofits in the area. And we serve individuals with developmental disabilities throughout the lifespan, from birth and all the way into adulthood. And we focus on developing and enriching lives through therapy and through education and through different support services.
And you really work with not just the person that you're seeing, but their families, which brings me to you because you really have a personal connection to this.
Yeah, I do. The Sunshine School and Development Center means everything to me and my family. I'm a graduate of, my son is a graduate of the school, and I can tell you for sure what the organization has done for our family and for him and his development. And today he's an 11-year-old and he's doing really well and learning, and I'm really thankful for the organization.
I love what you do, and I love to hear you talk about every day you see miracles because you see so much growth. There's a way that we as the community can support you in your efforts with an upcoming gala.
Yes. On April 2nd, we will host our annual Sunshine Gala, which is our kind of signature event each year out at Horton Farms. And our honorary hosts, Joe Grady and Al Dominguez, will join our guests as we have a country chic attire and boots and jeans and live music, live and silent auctions. It's a really good casual fun time for our guests.
It's casual and fun, but there's also a serious side. We get to hear a testimonial.
Yeah, we'll hear from a parent who will share a miracle with the audience, and that's really special to be a part of it. And it's truly what happens on an everyday basis at the organization.
I love it, too, because you can wear jeans. You know, sometimes we just want something different and laid back, and so this is a great way to have fun and be comfortable. So tickets range from...
Tickets are $125 a piece, or $12.50 for a table of 10, and we have corporate sponsorships available that range from $1,000 on up to $25,000, and we're still open to accept new sponsors and have a few tables left.
Anything you would say about working with this group and how it's been rewarding and enriching for you as a volunteer and a board member?
Yeah, it has. It's been very rewarding to be a part of the board for the past 8 years. I would say that this organization makes a huge difference in the community. It was a big reason why I was able to actually stay in Northwest Arkansas. So I would encourage others that we've got a terrific organization that can support your family.
Now, if they can't, for some reason, come to the gala, they can always contact you about being a sponsor in a different way, whether it's individual or corporate or maybe even volunteering, correct?
Absolutely. They can call us at 479-636-3190, and we're happy to give them a tour and tell them more about what we do.
Thank you both so much for being here today, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Focus on Suppliers. As we start our show and go more in depth on innovation in Northwest Arkansas, it seems only appropriate to have a familiar face here. Jeff Ameriine, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
I wanted to be sure and say from Startup Junkie, and people recognize you because you've been a host before, but you are definitely an expert in this area, and that's what brings us to you today.
Well, it's going to be great to cover what's going on in the innovation and entrepreneurship scene in Northwest Arkansas.
Well, let's talk about that.
Sure.
Let's talk about the entrepreneurial culture here, because a lot of people don't realize there's a big spirit of entrepreneurism.
Well, just think about it. We have the legacy of Walton and Tyson and many others in the region, J.B. Hunt, that built outsized multinational corporations here in a place that you'd least expect it. And so that legacy is something that all of today's entrepreneurs and innovators build on.
And you and I were talking about you need to come to a balance, or how do you come to a balance when it comes to innovation and continuing with the platform that already works for you?
Particularly true for large existing corporations is innovation is a mandate because you can't ever be satisfied with the status quo, but you also have to focus on operational excellence, and that always causes a bit of a rub as you think about it, particularly in large corporations.
So how do you suggest people find that? How do they find that sweet spot?
Yeah, I think first of all, it has to be a culture of innovation. We'll hear leading experts like Louis Patler talk about a culture of innovation versus managing a few innovators. I think it has to be an overall commitment to problem solving in every aspect of the organization. You have to definitely serve your existing customers, but you constantly have to be thinking about what's coming next and what do we do to maintain competitive advantage.
When we talk about the metrics of this area, what are some of the things that you've seen that people need to know?
Well, it's pretty incredible. So for one thing, we've got 3 Fortune 500s that are here, and that's a lot of times captures all the attention. There's also been a substantial amount of new starts just in the last year. So 36 new companies in the last year, over $30 million of private investment, 272 new jobs created in a sample size of companies. So there's a lot of new, really disruptive innovation across retail, supply chain, food, and data analytics and decision science. So it's a really great time to be in NWA.
We only have about 45 seconds left. Any piece of information you would give to folks watching about the keys to success in this area?
The main thing, if you're in a large corporation, you're a decision maker or you're a professional, is show up to some of these startup and innovation events. We've got events from K through 12 all the way through to small business. Lots of activity going on every week. Plug in, go to the Startup Junkie consulting site, look at the Startup Digest website, get out, get engaged, and become part of the innovation scene that we've got going on locally.
Because it really is amazing, and a lot of people just don't know what we have, and the only way to discover it is to become a part of it. Jeff, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's always nice to have you. We'll be right back. Follow us on Instagram at 8th and Walton.
Gigwalk is transforming how work gets done. As the leading mobile workforce management platform, Gigwalk provides companies with mobile tools and a data-driven approach to improving business efficiency. Leading brands and retailers use Gigwalk to manage their field teams and to mobilize 750,000 Gigwalkers to collect data intelligence about their business and brands. Are the shelves stocked? Are my products priced competitively? Are the correct promotions in place? Visit us at gigwalk.com to learn more. Gigwalk, make work better.
Bentonville Commerce, less than 1 mile from the Walmart home office. You'll love the convenience, amenities, and customized options Bentonville Commerce offers. For more information or a tour, call 479-200-1112 today.
K-Stack, the leader in collaborative retail consolidation programs. We offer the supply chain expertise needed to navigate the challenges of selling products with the world's largest retailers. And we provide customers with a customizable, scalable, environmentally sustainable supply chain with the same advanced technology typically used by larger rivals. By leveling the playing field, K-Stack lowers distribution costs and increases overall margins. K-Stack, retail logistics is what we do.
You just had your buyer meeting. Now there's follow-up to do. Maybe your buyer wants more on seasonal sales, or invited you to prepare a joint business plan or set up a date for your line review. 8th and Walton can help. Our experts work with you one-on-one in a confidential setting to prepare for your next buyer meeting. The classes we offer help you too. Retail Link, Supply Chain Management, Inventory Management, taught in cities across the country, in Canada, and in Latin America. So before your next buyer meeting, contact 8th and Walton. Then relax, knowing that you will be ready.
Technology is transforming our industry and Northwest Arkansas for that matter. We're going to learn from a co-founder at Gigwalk about drones and what that could mean for the future, plus a special Facebook page and what Walmart has to say about technology.
Walmart, Amazon, and Google all competing for the same talent is not just because of their skills, it's because people want to have different experiences. And we need to be freely letting people do those things. I think having people that want to work in a company for a little while and then they leave and come back, I give the best ones that I've ever met a boomerang. I'm like, you take that boomerang and you can cash it in when you're done at Amazon and come back to Walmart and be even better than you were when you were here. And you'll remember us because we want you back and you had a great experience here. So my thought process isn't like, it would be great to keep people for lots of years in one company. I just don't think it's a realistic expectation anymore. Technology isn't just about being on the edge and thinking about new things. Technology can take out cost. Technology can take out the manpower we need from doing administrative tasks to doing more strategic tasks. I think people, as I said, have choice about where they want to work. And Walmart is making sure that that choice is clear, that you can work at scale in a company that matters, that cares about other people and wants to make the world a better place, and get to do these excellent technology projects that will change not only Walmart, but change a whole industry.
Joining us now, Matt Crampton from Gigwalk. Thank you for coming all this way.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Quickly, for people who are not aware of what you do, explain to them a little bit about Gigwalk.
Sure. So Gigwalk makes a set of software that enables a company to manage a large distributed team of field workers. And what we do with that is we have a workforce of 900,000 independent contractors we call Gigwalkers that we deploy to retail locations to go and oftentimes check on products for suppliers, brands that are wondering whether their products are in stock, whether their promotional displays are set up, that kind of thing.
Okay, which brings me to my next question. Obviously, this show is for suppliers. Yep. What do they need to be aware of when it comes to technology and how it can help them in the future?
So what we're seeing is that companies that are embracing technology today to find out what's going on with their products in stores, what their execution rates are from their retail merchandising companies, from their promotional displays being set up in stores, that they're seeing an advantage and a larger return on their marketing dollars than companies that aren't embracing some of these new platforms that are out there. And so what we see is companies that have promotional displays in key weekends or key parts of the year that are critical for their businesses, if they are sending checks into those retail locations to figure out whether their promotional signage is set up where it's supposed to be, checking inventory counts to figure out whether or not their critical products are in stock and on store shelves. People that are doing those kinds of things are seeing a larger return on their investment dollars than companies that are kind of just taking it on faith that the retailer is taking care of them.
If you're not doing this, you're behind the times.
You got it, absolutely right.
And when we talk about technology, and I know it's a little consumer-based, but also as a supplier, you want to be aware of the future and what could be happening with drones.
Oh, gosh. So very exciting in 2015. We've got, obviously, Amazon.com doing a lot of work now with testing drone delivery. And what we're seeing today is that Walmart is asking the FAA for approval to start doing that same kind of testing. And then Walmart's kind of looking at it from two different perspectives. One is around logistics, using drones to look at their vast inventory yards to figure out what products they've got and doing a lot of logistics around moving things around in distribution centers. But look, 70% of the United States population lives within 5 miles of a Walmart location. And what that means is that Walmart can push a button and take a drone and go deliver your groceries to you within a very short period of time. Imagine what they can do, and so they are now starting to test that. And you can imagine in 2016 they'll probably start piloting those kinds of things. Very exciting times. It's drone wars. Oh my gosh!
It is exciting. Technology is always exciting, and it's a pleasure to speak with you, Matt. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Joining us now, Stephanie Parish. So nice to see you. And Stephanie's someone you need to know. She started a Facebook group, a private group called Northwest Arkansas Walmart Suppliers Support Group. You don't have to be in Northwest Arkansas to use it. And this kind of came about because you worked for Walmart for 10 years. You're working with the distributor currently. When there's problems, it was hard to get answers, and you thought, this is a good central point.
Right.
What are some of the things you guys discuss and some of the answers that people can find?
We discuss anything from a retail link issue, accounting problems, replenishment issues, reporting, how to contact people. Who do you contact to find the answers at Walmart? And you can find all of that on our page. We even have a files tab where people download different reports that you can pull and just input that information, as well as maps and Walmart calendars and we're to the point now where everything that you could possibly want for Walmart is found in those files tab. Not confidential stuff, of course, but just their basic forms and information.
So it's an educational platform where people can help each other.
Exactly.
About 2,000 members.
Exactly. 2,061, that was this morning.
So how do you become a member of the private group?
You just go and request to be added. I just double check to make sure you're not a spam person, and then I'll add you. I feel everybody has something that they can add to the group.
Mm-hmm. And for you, you said this really came about because you were tired of walking down the hall to someone with a different business to get answers.
Exactly.
Okay. So what's something you would say to someone out there about joining it and why they need to do it?
I think whether you know a lot about Walmart systems or whether you know very little, maybe you don't, just a mediocre amount, you can go in there and you can help other people, and you can find the questions, answers to questions that you're looking for pretty quickly, because somebody's going to have an answer and you'll have it probably within an hour, whether instead of calling somebody at Walmart or calling somebody that you know, or just constantly working on a program and it's just not working.
Okay, and it's not just suppliers that are members. There's some folks from Walmart actually.
There are some Walmart associates attached to it as well.
All right. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're here today with Leslie Duncan from 8th and Walton. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're the new expert at 8th and Walton that just joined the team, but you bring some history with you at Walmart. Tell us about that.
Well, I've had 27 years at Walmart, and in that 27 years, I've had experience in retail operations, merchandising, compliance, and finance.
Okay, great. And now you're at 8th and Walton, so you're going to bring that experience. How are you going to be helping suppliers?
Well, I think there's several different ways that I can help suppliers in all the things that I've done. I have experience in compliance, I have experience in quality improvement, merchandising, OTC, product launches, and so can help in any of those areas.
So suppliers that are looking for help in compliance, let's talk a little bit about that, because that's kind of an important topic right now with Walmart.
Yes. So compliance is very, very important, because if you don't get it right on the front end, it's very difficult on the back end. It takes a whole lot more work to fix it.
And things are changing all the time.
Yes, yes. Okay. So probably the most important thing that a supplier needs to know is that they involve the right people, and people who have knowledge and experience in laws, regulations. It's highly regulated, high compliance. So many different regulatory agencies that are involved in those items and products areas, depends on what it is. And so you have to make sure that you involve the right people that know all those things so that you get it right on the front end, because it's really tough if you have to deal with it on the back end.
And that's part of what you're going to be doing, is helping suppliers kind of navigate through that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a buyer's expectation is that you know what all the compliance laws are,
Absolutely.
Right? And there really no excuses from a buyer. If you don't know those laws, it's not going to be a good meeting.
That's right. That's right. And if you actually get into Walmart and then you have a problem, then it's really tough to take care of that on the back end.
Yeah, it really is. So if a supplier has a question about compliance, who should they reach out to?
They can reach out to 8th and Walton and ask for me, and I'll be happy to help them.
Awesome. Well, Leslie, thank you so much for coming in. We're looking forward to your expertise here at 8th and Walton.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Support the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter at the Starlight Gala on Saturday, April 9th. Corporate sponsorships are available. Visit NWACS.org for more information.
Don't conduct business in the dark. The Northwest Arkansas Business Journal sheds light on what's happening in Walmart's backyard. Subscribe today. To get 2 free issues with your subscription, go to nwabusinessjournal.com/promo and use promo code FOCUS on suppliers.
We begin now with a special segment on our show called The Heart of Business in Northwest Arkansas, where we take a look at the spirit of giving in this area, which started with Sam Walton himself. It was a culture, and now we're going to look at how that's grown over the years. Joining us today, a very special guest for the Heart of Business. We want to say thank you so much. You were here from the Walmart Foundation. We have with us today Kabir Kumar. I want to make sure I say that correctly.
That's right.
I wanted to talk to you. We were just talking about the original inception of the Walmart Foundation and the whole purpose behind the foundation. Can you elaborate on that for me?
Sure. Well, the Walmart Foundation started in 1981 with $10,000, and it was a scholarship program. And the Walmart Foundation has grown since then to be quite large as it's grown alongside the company. But the Walmart Foundation and all of the good that Walmart does is really symbolic of the culture of Walmart. It's a culture of service, and it's a culture of giving, and it's a culture of figuring out how you can leverage your strength to help others. And that really is what the Walmart Foundation stands for in all of the charitable giving that Walmart as a company and Walmart Foundation as a legal entity does.
I've never met anyone with the Walmart Foundation who didn't love what they do because you get to help people. Let's talk about that a little bit. You recently had a display at the museum here where you showcased some of the areas where you've been involved, like Katrina and Joplin. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think one of the greatest strengths that we have as a company is we have 2.2 million associates globally. We have 1.2 million in the U.S., and we have a presence in 5,000 local communities all around the United States. So when a disaster happens, it's not a disaster that Walmart is responding to. It's a disaster that we're usually a part of. We're from those communities. We work in those communities. So we are uniquely positioned both with knowledge and resources to help and almost act as a form of a second responder. After our first responders come in, Walmart is there and often at the same time and able to help in very unique ways. Immediately after, we can help provide food, water, do whatever is needed to help support that local community. And we have a values-based decision model where our store managers and our club managers are able to make a lot of those decisions. They take guidance from the foundation and figure out what can they do in that moment to help those local communities in need. One of the other things we do is we continue to invest over time. So Hurricane Katrina symbolized a lot of this for us with the turn of events that happened there. And that values-based decision model, we were able to go out and help those communities. But since then, we've continued to invest in those communities from a business point of view and also from a philanthropic point of view. We've invested over $168 million since Hurricane Katrina, so that's after the response in communities in the Gulf region.
Well, and let's talk about that for a minute because it's very exciting. We were talking about the forward thinking and some of the programs that you've just been able to grant monies to. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we firmly believe that local knowledge helps make good local decisions and good decisions for the company. So one way we tap into that is through our network of associates and our store managers and club managers around the country and around the world. Additionally, we look to partner with those who are best in class in their field. One example of that is Team Rubicon. Team Rubicon, fantastic group. They take veterans who are highly skilled, highly trained, especially in difficult circumstances, and deploy them to disasters, to either help with the immediate response or recovery efforts after. We partnered with Team Rubicon in the Texas and Oklahoma flooding that took place recently, and we're continuing to work with them on helping build their capacity so that they can do good work and leverage skills of our veterans.
So it's not just responding, it's also being proactive.
Yeah. We've also partnered with organizations like the United Nations and their Disaster Risk Reduction Program. It's kind of a mouthful.
It is.
But really looking at how can you educate communities, because we do know that for every dollar invested in preparedness, you save $4 in the response. So whether it's with them or other great organizations, we're always looking for good nonprofit partners who have reach in communities and they know their subject expertise very well. So we can support them financially, but also look at it from what other resources can we bring to the table. Human capital, in-kind contributions, even sometimes just our space.
And I just want to bring it back to home to Bentonville and brag on you a little bit, because you were saying at times even you've had groups of associates leave the home office and just take off driving when we had tornadoes here to go help people.
Yeah. If you look at Joplin, if you look at Bilyeu, Mayflower, the recent tornadoes, it's part of our culture, it's part of our DNA here in Northwest Arkansas and with Walmart. When trouble happens, people get up and they help, and they do everything that they can to help make things right as quickly as possible. So we have associates getting together in vans, in carpools, and with trucks and loading up supplies from stores and just driving to these affected areas. Now we encourage more of a strategic approach in how you can harness that passion, but it speaks volumes to what the desire is and how much, you can't stop people from doing the right thing, and we want to do everything we can to help encourage them to do the right thing.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, not only do you make available things that are in your store, when people need water, you make sure the stores are open and they can get to them and get those goods, but you also supply grants to help people plan for the future so that they're better prepared and hopefully things are more cost effective and more lives are saved.
Yeah, I mean, I think our partnership with suppliers is to serve people in communities that need access, and need certain products at certain times. In the same way we try and serve through our foundation programs. We want to help people when they need it. We want to recognize that we and our suppliers are a part of these local communities, and it's in all of our interest to really continue to invest and help them get back on their feet when they need it, or sometimes make those investments to make them stronger and more resilient. So when disaster strikes, they can bounce back even faster.
And that is what the Heart of Business is all about. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We'll be right back. You can see all episodes and extended interviews at Vimeo.
There's no cause greater than helping someone achieve their full potential in life. Join us by sponsoring our 2016 Sunshine Gala. Call Charles at 636-3190.
Bentonville Plaza, across the street from the Walmart home office. The best office location offers proximity and services like no other business complex in the area. Call 479-200-1112 today.
Doug McMillan will be speaking at the corporate luncheon on March 30th, presented by Single Parent Scholarship Fund of Benton County. Our own Neile Jones is serving as MC. Register online at spsfbc.org/about/events.
So what are some takeaways from today's show? I actually made a few notes. Maybe you took this down. We learned a little bit more about pairing innovation with operational excellence. It could make a big difference for your company and something a lot of folks are seeing the benefits from. Also, companies that embrace technology. This is truly making a difference, especially when it comes to those marketing dollars. That's where they finally start to see a big return. I'm Neile Jones. Thanks for joining us.
To record this show, set your DVR to Focus on Suppliers, Sundays at 5 a.m. on KNWA.
I walk in every day and I just take a deep breath and I'm like, I can't believe where it's gone, where it's come to. Blood, sweat, and tears, and then some. Everything to build the company where it's at. I'm Billy Westbrook, and Scrub Blade is an idea I had. I wondered, why don't wiper blades scrub your windshield? If they're going back and forth, why don't they scrub the windshield while they're doing it? You know, I was making barely any money to survive. I was living on an air mattress at a friend's house, completely stripped down to nothing. It's just me. I was like, I'm going to give this 100% and see what happens with it. And that was in 2006. It's 2014 now, and I've never stopped. In the journey of Scrub Blade, we had a huge opportunity to do a big test with Walmart. And if I would have worked all those 8 years and neglected my business credit, I wouldn't have had the biggest opportunity of our journey. Dun and Bradstreet is a huge partnership for Scrub Blade. They share the knowledge really well, go through your credit rating with you and explain what this means and what that means. We're starting a big test with AutoZone, and I mean, they're the largest automotive retailer in the world. It's going to take our company to the next level and beyond. What drives me, what keeps me going, is my family. Yeah. My job is to take care of my family, and it gives me a lot of pride to know that I can do that. And at the same instance, Dun & Bradstreet is taking care of me, or my entity, Scrubblade. I mean, it's still a small company, but big in my eyes. We want to have fun with it. We want to bring people in along for the journey. You know, life's a journey. Get a clearer view. That's what Scrubblade's tagline is, and it means everything.